The next episode. Hold up.
What's up, good people? Welcome to the next episode. You got J Cash Money here.
Drum.
And we're trying something a little different today. Drum wanted to do a little therapy session, so he had me lay down on the couch and everything. So
Oh man, that's too funny right there. I wanted to give you therapy.
right, like I'm the one that needs it. I don't know, I don't know what that says. Both probably need it a little bit.
I think everyone needs therapy. Therapy is not a bad thing, people.
We got some liquid therapy right here, man. We got some Sycamore Slurricane Drum. There you go, buddy.
I'll definitely.
It wouldn't be the next episode if we didn't have some beers, man.
Yeah, this is the kind of therapy that I like. I mean, if you want to, we can start the session now if that's what you want. I mean, whatever you want to do, you want to talk.
Start. I guess
you want to get all your stresses out about work and everyone else does. Traffic, that's always something people stress out about.
Yeah, I keep that stuff buried. Just bury it down deep below. Just let it sit there forever.
Keep it all the way in
pressure cooking it down there.
In the crates.
It'll stay down there forever. I don't have to worry about it. Just put it down. Don't think about it. That's what I do.
That's a good way of compressing.
Yeah, probably
compartmentalizing.
Probably the worst thing to do. In fact, I know it is, but
no, you're just compartmentalizing. You're gonna get back to it.
Maybe one day,
you know where it is. Yeah, you know where it is. You're putting it in a place where it's like, all right, I'm gonna put a pin in it and I'm gonna come back. If it coming back takes 10 years, I mean, you just know it's there.
Who knows? I mean, like if it takes 20 years, 30 years, whatever, I'll get around to it. It'll come back up eventually anyway, just naturally if I don't get around to it.
I would say just don't make it like hoarding. Then it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
You're going to have like too much stuff you've been putting pins in. It's like, oh man, like, I don't know.
Now my house is overrun.
Yeah. Now my brain house, is overrun with.
It's about to collapse in on me.
My brain
like
house.
Hoarders. You ever watch Hoarders?
I've seen some episodes. I would say I've, witnessed some hoarders in my life as well. My mom hoards a little bit. She has this thing of keeping restaurant containers is like the Tupperware.
Yeah, well, to send people home with leftovers and stuff.
No, she has like all of them, and like to the point where they would be in her under cabinets in the kitchen in like bags and stuff of just KFC containers or Five Guys or whatever. It was like random of whoever, and it was just like all stationed up like it was Tupperware. And I was like, yo. Like,
doing too much, man. She's doing too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for when you have the cookouts and stuff, and you can hey, I got some stuff down here to toss some in so you ain't got to.
You don't have to worry about it. It's not your good Tupperware. You can say goodbye to that Tupperware and send it home. This is only a KFC thing. Here, you take this.
You already paying for the meal, so I mean, it kind of makes sense that it's like it's yours. But I mean, do you want to keep all of them all the time?
I used to take little ramekins from restaurants when I would get to-go boxes, the little like things that they put sauces in. I'd be like, this is mine now.
I took one of those from when I worked at Applebee's. Yeah. I was like, I can use this at the house with my ranch.
Exactly, bro. We've been making our own ranch too at our house, man.
Homemade.
That sounds way more fancy than it actually is. What we actually
I don't know, man. What how do you make it? You do like with coleslaw in there too, or is just like
I think it's milk, mayonnaise, and then you dump the like powdered ranch in with it, and you just
like Hidden Valley.
Yeah. It's Hidden Valley. It looks like it would be like the cheese that you dump on. It comes in a container like Parmesan cheese, but it's ranch in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought they was talking about like the pack. You can use the packs for like
slow They do cooker. Make the packs, but I think what we have is like the industrial. It's like a big container, and we dump that shit in there with the mayonnaise. Nice. For some reason, my girl is like, I like a restaurant ranch, and this is as close to restaurant ranch as you can get. And I'm like,
hey,
whatever, man.
You gotta try stuff sometime, man, and if it works out, then next time, hey, I can just do this at the house.
There's something about a restaurant ranch, I guess. I think it's just like a little watery or something.
And sometimes you can't make it to the restaurant to get that ranch, or you can't make it to the store to get ranch. You're just out of ranch all of a sudden, Yeah. It's like, hey, if I can just bash this up real quick.
My girl is obsessed with ranch. Like sometimes
A lot of people. I mean,
she'll joke with me.
addictive.
I know she's joking, but she's like, "Oh, after you go get the pizza, can you go by Wingstop and get the ranch?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that." But that's funny that you want that. It's cute.
like just to let you know,
It's cute.
while you're out there. Just go ahead and swing by that Wingstop.
Hey, look at this. Watch this. Speaking of out there, you want to talk about aliens? You said while you're out there. You see that transition?
Hey,
Out there, right?
and we like being out there.
What is out there? You know, the truth is out there, as they say. You know?
Hey, the truth is actually, I mean, I think they validated it when Trump was in office that there was,
Aliens?
government activity with aliens and the whole Area 51. You remember they supposed to have been raiding Area 51?
I do remember that.
People
were going to die. I was sure that people were going to rush.
It was like, let's see how that rush works out for you guys.
I was supporting them. I was like, I want to see what happens when y'all.
Of course, everybody wanted to be like live streamed with like drone camera angles and stuff or whatever. That would have been like the dopest thing ever. Like, hey, we're going against the government.
That would have been dope, actually. I mean, to see it happen. But people showed up.
That'd be like with Mad Max type of thing, like running through the sand dunes.
That's all it was, though. Was people just like Naruto running around the fence and stuff like that. It's like that's all it was. So, but
see me.
I don't remember. I don't think it's. I don't know. I might be wrong. Has it ever been like confirmed by like the government that like aliens are out there? I don't think they'll ever call them aliens if there's something that does happen.
Extraterrestrials of places unknown.
Right. It'll be some kind of scientific thing where they don't have to actually specify that it's like.
They can't say they're from outer space, so they'll put it as unknown.
Yeah, exactly. The way the UFOs are, unidentified flying objects.
Yeah.
Those are the things I have seen that make me go, what? Because it's like the fighter jet cams that like
stealth bombers and stuff like that
catch like these things in the sky, and I'm like, what even could that be besides like an alien ship? Right?
Alien technology, man.
I don't know.
They got one of them hostage, and they like, look, you go help us with all our military infiltration type of weaponry.
Well, I'm saying, there is a theory though, like where you're headed, where it's like a lot of our fancy stuff is from aliens. But I'm saying the like on-cam, dash cam footage from fighter jets that catch that stuff. That's like, that's something that catches my eye.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I remember I was a little kid and I had a pair of glasses that at the time, I guess they were real fancy, right? You could like bend them and like the arm of them, you could like wrap around your finger and they would just like spring back.
Oh, nice.
I was going to like a computer camp at the time, real nerd stuff, and my teacher was like, "Oh, that's alien technology. They discovered that, and that's straight up Area 51 technology up there."
You knew it was alien technology too. You was just like, I don't want to say it is because I don't believe in that kind of stuff. Maybe.
So I mean, I guess the question kind of we should start out with is like, do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I mean. We're aliens. I don't think people. How is it possible that we're on a planet that has other animals and we're the ones that are different? Like,
so, what you're describing to me sounds like. Have you seen Prometheus, the movie Prometheus?
Yeah,
it's kind of exactly like that. Where like aliens came to Earth and kind of like left their DNA or whatever, and that sparked the human.
We're the spawn of alien experimentation.
Right. That's another interesting thing too when you watch these shows, and it's like there's hieroglyphics of like spaceships and stuff, and I'm like, dang, that's cool. Man. Aliens were here a long time ago. Type shit.
Man, this is one of their experiments to see if we can thrive into a nation that became from nothing, as they would say, and that's kind of how I think the dinosaurs died, man. They say a meteor shot to, the planet and killed. No, it was a spaceship.
It was them bitches from Independence Day. And they had the big ass.
It was a spaceship, and when they got here, they didn't know what to do about the damn dinosaurs, and they killed their ass off. And it was a massive, total annihilation type of thing.
I believe in aliens, but for me, it's much more of just like a scientific, like a numbers thing, right? Like there is no way in the infinite amount of space that's out there that we're the only intelligent beings, right? So like, I subscribe to that. Just like it's a numbers game. There's got to be something else out there. If you have infinite possibilities, then there's a possibility that there's something else smart out there.
That's almost like that twin universe type of thing. Like there's another universe where your twin is, they say. And to the point where there's people here that end up having twins that's, not necessarily the same bloodline, but look exactly like each other sometimes.
So yeah, that's you kind of going into that's like multiverse type stuff, man. Right? Like
multiverse,
like
Doctor Strange.
I'm not gonna mention MCU multiverse, but Rick and Morty deals a lot with like portals into other universes, and like the whole show, his gun is like a portal to other dimensions and stuff, right? Man. So he can go to whatever dimension where people are chairs and chairs are people, and they eat pizza phones and stuff, like that type of stuff.
I'm just saying, man, it's all kinds of possibilities.
Well, it's funny too because I used to listen to Joe Rogan. I don't know why. I don't know. Joe seemed to go in a different direction when I was initially listening to him, but he always is in a different
direction. I mean, you kind of have to have that controversy sometimes.
Yeah, well, of course, he likes to be controversial, I guess. But he's into drugs, right? He's like supports all kinds of drugs or whatever. So I was listening to him one time, and they were like, "What if these like LSD hallucinatory drugs are just opening gateways into other like." Maybe you are actually seeing things, but your brain is not capable normally. Yeah, isn't capable of registering.
Isn't capable to do it on a regular sane mind.
Yeah, but when you elevate it with these like drugs, that it opens up a section of your brain
that's kind of like the same premise of Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah,
when you say when he hears music, he sees it in purple.
Yeah. Because
he was on like heroin and all kinds of stuff. That's the same thing. You don't know of what other kind of psychedelic things you see, but like,
and even the world we see is just a construction of our brain. How much do we trust our brain? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like,
and we're only using 10% of it, as they say.
As they say.
So it's like, how do they even know that we're using 10%? Like, how did they do science and they found this out, or like someone else
who the fuck
of a higher level is telling them that, hey, this is the capabilities of what your brain is.
Well, that's why some of these cultures, though, like worship like frogs and shit. Maybe I'm like kind of being stereotypical.
No,
but like there's these frogs that you can lick and you can trip on it, and then there's these tribes in the jungle.
It was a guy that had a show on that on Vice that like traveled to all these like weird places.
Yes, it's Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia.
Yeah. He go find like mushrooms like off in the forest. Like
the craziest shit I ever saw on that show is they went like deep in the jungle, and there's these cliffs where these bees build nests like up underneath the cliffs. And these Aboriginal people, I don't know, excuse my terms, these people that live there, I don't know what to call them, right? They're the natives there. Yeah. They build ropes from vines and swing up underneath these cliffs to get the honey from these bees, because these bees harvest, pollen from these like plants that have like hallucinatory properties. So then they eat the honey from these bees and they trip. To get to them bees, man, them dudes were like risking life and limb to get them.
Yeah, man. What? When you find out stuff like that, and it's like, hey, like not necessarily capitalizing on it, saying it's a market for it, but it's like, hey, man, if I could get some of that and just store it for like whatever purpose I need it for, it's medical. I mean, that stuff is, definitely go get a trip, but it might take some kind of sores and pains away too, while you
medicinal stuff.
You get like a body, high, where it's all that anxiety and stuff, whatever else is kind of not there. But
sure, drugs are all good for you, man.
Yeah, medicinal purposes, people.
Not hard ones, just one that change your minds up. Drugs. Anyway, back to aliens. I don't know. Stephen Hawking one time said that like if aliens were to ever show up here, it would be bad news for us because they would just kill us all. And
I mean, we got the Avengers, man. They'll swoop in, man. We never see them, but they're there somehow. The Avengers most of the time is the military. So, but
but I mean, I have a counter to that, right? Like, so like if a being is advanced enough to travel to Earth, which I think like the consensus is right. Like they'd have to be a very advanced,
species.
Yeah, to even make it to Earth, they'd have to master like space travel the way we couldn't imagine and stuff
Then
to
the
even
whole,
get here.
getting through the ozone thing.
So they would have to
like,
be super smart,
turn
right?
on
So
fire.
then my counter to Stephen Hawking is like, if they're that advanced and that smart, wouldn't they evolve past like war and killing? And I mean, like, I feel like killing an entire species is very primitive.
Yeah.
So if they're that smart, why would they want to kill us? They could probably use us or like, I don't know.
I think that might have happened on many occasions.
Yeah.
And we had the firepower to stop them from getting to that point of, hey, like maybe we should reason because they've already killed my friend.
Do you think if
they killed my friend already that I thought was going to be like, good to roll with?
See, that would be the thing though. I would think they might show up peaceful, and then our dumbasses would like try to shoot them with an M16.
Yeah, I mean, of course we are. That's what the fuck we do. I mean,
Right.
Until we can control the situation, it's like, look, we don't want them taking over or making something happen that we don't necessarily know of.
Yeah.
So
we're on the defense automatically.
Yeah,
If aliens show up, it's on. Man.
Yeah, it's on because we don't know. We've seen all the damn Marvel movies. Like we've been preparing ourselves for this already. That's basically what I'm saying. And we have all this new technology stuff that it's like, look, whatever happens, we're gonna come to a compromise first, or we're just gonna kill you because we don't know what else to do.
Do you think if the president came on TV like today and was like, "I'm here to announce there are aliens. We've discovered them. We know they're there," what would happen like to America, the world? How would they react? Do you think? Would it be like, "Yeah, cool"?
The same way we're acting, right?
Would people? I feel like people might start like jumping out windows or something.
Nah, man, because we don't know how many they are. We don't know where they are exactly. Like, what is it, in Arizona? Like, all right, that's cool.
I feel like it would affect maybe
Arizona.
religious people, would it not? Would like the existence of an alien, would that interfere with their like, I don't know, God beliefs and stuff? Like,
Nah, I think people would still they probably would have more reason to believe that there's a God. Because it's like, okay,
the great creator also created them.
Yeah, there is another, creation outside of this world. So it would just make more sense then. It was like, okay, there's truth to something,
Yeah.
But
well, speaking of religion though, like I know some that are like dinosaurs like didn't exist or like existed alongside humans and stuff like that.
I mean, of course, we found out they existed because their bones are here. But
what? Do you not believe in dinosaurs?
I mean, I can believe in the idea that there were creatures outside of us, because I mean, there's still animals around that have prehistoric and dinosauric kind of
like sharks
fossils.
are dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Sharks
alligators. I think them big ass like lizards from Brazil or some shit. But yeah, like dragon lizards or whatever the hell they call it.
Komodo dragon.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah,
You're right there.
But that just shows that there has been things that have been here from different walks of life that have flourished.
Yeah.
But there's no freaking history of us unless they say like the evolution of the, what is it, like 2020, the Space Odyssey, when we came from being
2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the apes and everything. Have you ever had an experience like with an
Alien?
UFO or like?
I don't think I have, like, naturally.
Yeah.
It could have been something that I wasn't like sure of.
Yeah.
But
you've never seen like a spaceship in the sky?
Nah, I don't. I've had more ghost experiences than UFO type of stuff. Like, you see something in the sky where I come from, it's usually a fucking helicopter
something.
or something,
Yeah. I spent a lot of my childhood. I grew up in the country, so a lot of times we spent nights outside looking at the stars and shit. And
see a couple shooting stars.
Yeah, there's stuff I've seen where I'm like, I don't know what that was, but my mind never went to like, oh, there's like a spaceship up there or anything. So
what was that?
Yeah, I was shooting stars. Some kind of plane is up there. Or a helicopter.
Stuff you don't really understand. It's just like, it looked like it was a shooting star, but it's kind of like moving still.
I've never had any experience with like stuff to make me question my reality, like ghosts or anything like that. Or...
I've had those.
Yeah,
I've definitely had a couple of those. Like I don't know if that's like a thing with having PTSD and all that kind of stuff or whatever. But before the PTSD stuff in the military, I had ghost experiences growing up as a kid in one of the houses, and there's some crazy sounds outside
what
right
the fuck
now.
is that?
Like, I don't know. It
Like
sounds
an
like
elephant out there or something.
Sounds like a hostel or something out there. Like,
Please excuse if you heard that. There's apparently
there's-
an elephant outside of the garage.
Yeah, or someone getting put in a shift and they're like...
Well, explain these ghosts. I mean, have you seen like a person? Like,
yeah, I would say the first couple of experiences, I think I might have been like 7 or 8, and we had just recently moved into a new house, and I would say across from the house was like adjacent from the house. It was like this older model house that had been condemned.
yeah,
and had like one of those big wraparound countryside slave porches type of thing, you know,
right.
all the good country stuff, you know, that starts to come out when you see those type of things.
right.
But it had one of those, but it was like, it looked like a big old ghost house, and it had been shut down, condemned for years.
Right.
So the house that we stayed in, which was across from it, the people that stayed there used to know the neighbors, so they was friends with them. In our garage, there was this big, like, heart-shaped painting, and it had Bobby and, I don't remember if it was Sarah, or Bobby and Mary or someone.
Yeah.
With, like, the little, you know, Bobby Ann type of thing with the heart in there.
Okay.
So, it could have been a love story with kids, but I remember specifically being in our living room, and the way our front porch was, it was faced towards the road, so like the sun kind of beamed in that way. You can kind of, you know, get shadows and stuff from cars and stuff going by or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're all sitting on my sister is sitting on the couch across from me. I'm sitting on the other little chair, and my brother, I think he's in and out of the room or whatever.
Yeah.
But as we're sitting there, you know, watching TV, you know, as kids always do, there's 2 shadows that goes across the a wall. That's my sister is like the back of my sister, but we all see the 2 shadows.
Yeah.
And as they're going across, one of them stopped and looked at the other one, and then they both ran off.
Okay.
We look out the door. There's no kids outside.
Okay. I mean, that's creepy. That's creepy.
Yeah.
What did y'all do?
I mean, at the time, we didn't think too much about it because it was just like, oh, man. But
I feel like that's how I would handle it, too. I'd be like, what the fuck was that? Oh,
yeah.
Well, where's my Play-Doh or whatever? Like, I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
of course, my sister is like 14 at the time. So, like, all of us kind of remember it or whatever. But any other, like, ghost time I had ghost experience when I came back from Iraq, I was asleep at my mom's house. And I had, like, multiple dreams of stuff that apparently happened in this house. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think like houses usually have like that kind of energy that kind of like ghost lurks around until like they're finished, you know.
Right, unfinished business.
Yeah, so like that, I think that's kind of what it was. But I remember being asleep in the bed, and I usually have the door open or whatever, and the TV on or whatever. But I remember being asleep and I don't know if I was like halfway asleep or, you know, that sleep right before you're getting ready to wake up. Yep. I was like in between that, but something was tapping on my leg to wake me up.
Yeah.
And like as I jumped up, waking up, like it felt like there was like a mist or a ghost face.
See, man, like I would react to something like that.
Yeah,
I would be like, it's time to move.
I'm telling you, that's like that is literally what happened. And at that point, while I was in that house, it was like, yo, something don't feel right about this place. It's like I don't know what it is, but it was like as I woke up, it kind of like vanished, but it was just like I could see them before I opened my eyes, type of thing. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of felt weird because it's like I can see and feel this person.
That would fuck with me. That would fuck with me.
Yeah, I could see and feel this person like tapping on my leg, waking me up, kind of saying like, hey, come.
See, I've seen enough scary movies. Like, if I ever woke up and like my son was like standing beside me, like staring at me, not moving, like stuff like that, I'd be like, "All right, we're out of here. I'm moving.
It's time to go, y'all. All right,
son. We'll see how this plays out. You can come with us for now. Like, you keep fucking around.
And look, and being a black man that's usually into all horror movies,
we
die first. Like, if we make it past the third scene, we're a legend.
Kids are scary, man. In all the movies, all the kids are always like seeing the shit or like being.
They still got that little bit of a soft spot in their head. So like
they're easily accessible by spirits.
The spirits can kind of beam in on that part and like get through
their soft little skull.
Like, I can really like take over this one.
I've never had an experience where I was like, that had to be a ghost or even aliens. So maybe I'm just boring. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just so like not affected by stuff that I have and I was like, yeah, whatever.
And just to go back to the story that I was at my mom's house or whatever, the other experience I had really made me want to leave. I was intoxicated really bad. I think I might have had like a couple leafs.
Right.
But I ended up at the kitchen table and I passed out. That's how bad I was so drunk. I was at the house by myself. My mom was out of town type of thing. Mm-hmm. Passed out at the kitchen table. And as I'm passed out, I can hear in my ears,
people whispering.
Yeah. And as I'm hearing, but that's not even the crazy part. As I'm hearing this, and I'm getting ready to wake up, my whole body does this jolting type of movement, like I'm on a roller coaster, but is on the fall down part. So like literally, my whole body lifts up and boom, hit the table type of thing, and that woke me up. And I was like, "Yo, what the fuck just happened?" And I knew I was already pretty damn drunk.
Yeah.
But that shit like stopped me in all of my emotions of like, all right, I don't need to drink nothing else the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know what the hell just happened, but I was like, yo, this is some creepy stuff going on around.
My mom has stories of seeing like relatives in her old house and stuff, like walking down the hallways and stuff. My dad has a story. He was on a sailboat late at night and saw this thing above the like main sail hovering there and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, man, I think it's not necessarily people from, the other walks of life trying to like tap in to like tell you something, but like maybe it's just
circling back around to
like
that multiverse shit, man. Maybe we're just seeing glimpses into those other universes. The same thing. Some people say deja vu is similar in that way, where like
you'll dream it or something, and it's like, hey, I think this.
It could be explained by multiple universe type stuff. Like maybe they're overlapping in certain areas, and
maybe dreaming is tapping into like that other like 80-90% of your brain that you don't know how to control.
Yeah.
Because it's always like whatever you're doing in your dream, it always stops you from dying.
Yeah, the brain is a crazy
it's like, oh man, whatever happens, I can just try to kill myself and I'm gonna wake up.
I used to have a friend that would try to lucid dream. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I think it's when you can realize you're dreaming and then you can like alter the dreams and control them and start like taking over and doing things.
Stuff in it. Yeah.
So
I've known some, I think certain type of dreams. I think kind of like those dreams where it feels like, oh, this might be a sex dream. It's like, all right, I already know I'm not gonna get it. It's probably like I'm gonna wake up at the point when it's getting ready to happen.
But then do you ever wake up and go, man, I got to get back in there?
Yeah. Like, no, you never get it back. You never. I don't. If anyone knows how to
resume a sex dream,
comment right now. Like, do I need to like go to the bathroom and drink like a glass of cold milk or something?
I do that. Yeah, I'll wake up and be like, oh fuck, that was awesome. I got to get right back.
Yeah,
I got to let me start thinking about what was happening.
It's not happening. It's like, fuck.
The older I get too, man, the less likely I am to remember a dream, man. Like sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and
I think some of them, I guess, if it's like more personal, you'll remember.
Yeah. But even so, I mean, like, I'll wake up and I'll go, that was a crazy ass dream. And then 10 minutes later, I just won't even remember it. Like, it's just something I don't retain.
I was gonna say, or I will not dream anything the entire night and wake up that one time right before it's getting ready time to get up. Yeah. And I know I got like maybe an hour, 45 minutes. Then I have a dream that felt like it was the entire night.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that was only, I was like, man. There's no
Some
way.
of the dreams I remember are when I'm like barely asleep, or like I'm about to fall
right
asleep.
when you're getting ready to wake up, you'll like have the dream. It's like, oh, you hear like your alarm in your dream. It's like, all right, I know I'm at the bowling alley, but it's time to wake up.
It's crazy how kind of like the reality outside of your dream can sometimes affect the inside of your dream.
It's the multiverse, as you would say.
Like, I remember as a kid, a lot of times I occasionally would have problems with like bedwetting. Don't make fun of me. Fuck you guys.
All kids do. My son is in that age right now.
Guys. But I remember there were times where I was like in front of a toilet in my dream. So I was like, it wasn't my fault. Like, I was like peeing in my dream. I was peeing into a toilet, but my real life body was like, all right, time to pee in the bed type shit.
It's almost like you didn't like half woke up and walk yourself to the bathroom type of deal.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I was asleep.
Yeah, it's like man, I feel like I was awake. But no, like, oh man, I'm still in the bed, y'all.
What else about aliens, man? I remember last episode I was talking about like my irrational fear as a child was kind of aliens. Like, I didn't worry about Chucky or Jason. I worried about getting abducted through my window and stuff, man. You know? And
I mean, that kind of makes sense because just the whole UFO theory of like, oh, it's stuff floating around in the air at night. You don't know if it's like watching us type of deal to try to wait for its perfect timing to attack type of deal, or.
And what do you think about these people who do get abducted and come back with these stories and stuff? Like, are they lying? Are they like tripping on something? Are they? I
think there's usually some kind of case of them tripping on something, but I think it's almost a discredit type of thing. Like they try to find that they're on some kind of medication to discredit whatever they're saying. It could possibly be happening, or they could just pass out in the field.
The government.
Yeah, they could just pass out in the field and the dude in the Astro van come pick them up and like do weird stuff to them and like sprinkle LSD on their tongue and make them trip out. And they thinking they're having like an alien experience, and then they butt plug them or something. I don't know.
I'm even trying to think. I'm even trying to think now if
they probed me, y'all. They probed me. Like, nah, I think someone like took advantage of you.
There's just so much shit we don't know, man. Like, I'll watch these like shows about haunted houses and stuff, and
the paranormal activity,
and the ghost hunters and all this stuff, and
it's out there.
There's just so much that's unexplainable that I'm just like, I don't know. I don't try to make sense of it. I just let it be what it is, and
it's like the I can't think of the freaking analogy that they say or whatever, but. If you invite that energy in, it will seek you. You start looking for it and you'll find something.
Yeah, that's kind of true with all things, right? If you look hard enough, you'll eventually find it, even if you make it up or whatever.
You got another one, man?
Yeah, man, I got you. Sycamore, sponsor us. Slurricane, pretty tasty.
Yeah.
I was drinking these tall boys over the weekend. They're like beer hug, I think.
Beer hug.
It's got a bear on the logo, but you can get a tall boy. These things are like 9% alcohol, man. You drink one,
if there is not a name called Beer Hug, we need to trademark that, because that sounds like the best kind of beer ever. It's like, look,
like a nice warm embrace,
and it's the perfect slogan. Like, oh, you've been at work all day, you need to come home. Come home to a beer hug.
That's true, man. If that thing is called Beer Hug, like I think it is, y'all need to do some marketing, man, because y'all could kill it with that shit.
Yeah, man. No one else loves you
like your beer does.
Like your beer hug.
The nice warm embrace of a close friend, a beer, a cold beer.
Who's not gonna judge you? Beer hug.
Hey, contact us, man. We got some ideas, you know.
Yeah, man. I got the Barry White voice going for it right now.
Drum will do the words. He'll do the voiceover.
We can make it like a smooth sensation type of what is it?
We don't want to make it too sexual though. It needs to be friendly.
Well, I mean, no, because you wanted like invite your lady with this. You know, it's a beer hug. Like, get a beer.
Ladies don't drink beer.
Hey, get a beer, get a hug. You know,
ladies drink White Claw.
Hey, they'll drink a beer hug if it gets them in the right mood.
Sangria.
Beer hug. Beer hug.
I don't know. I think we're tapped out with aliens, man. If y'all got like some hot takes, let us know. If you got
man.
If you got any evidence of aliens, send it
that
to
or
me.
Alien shirts like this one.
And what I'm really saying is, if you have any stories, let us know, man.
Yeah, say it. You listen to Led Zeppelin.
That's a dope ass T-shirt.
Yeah, man. It's got aliens and all kind of shit.
Fuck yeah. See, that's the whole thing, right? Is they want us to believe in aliens so they can market them and sell them and make movies out of them.
I mean, nothing is credible anymore if you're not buying stuff. No one wants to just look at it. And
have you seen what the fuck's the name of that movie? The Alien, where they go on like a road trip and they find an alien, Ted or something like that. It's a comedy. It's pretty funny.
Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure?
No. I think Seth Rogen does the voice of the alien, and it's like got the dudes from Shaun of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, to Shaun of the Dead. Anyway,
I know Shaun of the Dead.
It's a funny movie, man.
Ted, the movie,
it
the
might
bear?
be just not.
That's the bear, man. That's with Mark Wahlberg.
Paul. Maybe it's called Paul.
Paul. Yeah. I've seen Paul.
Yeah, with the alien.
Yeah. The little gray head little thing.
Yeah.
And he don't I don't think he has like any powers or something.
He likes getting high.
Yeah.
He can go invisible and stuff like that. And yeah, that's a funny movie. E.T. I grew up with E.T. E.T.
Of course, everybody knows E.T. man.
Ouch, with the fingers.
E.T.
That shit used to scare me, man. E.T.
Yeah,
I used to.
it should.
I was pretty young.
It's something that no one understands, and it's of a different walk of life.
Yeah.
And they have powers.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but
that's another thing. Like, how is it that all aliens have powers, but yet we have no powers that we know
it's
of?
It's the course of their evolution on their planet.
That's why I said we're an experiment of the aliens. They was like, look, we're not going to give them any powers.
We're a reality TV show for the aliens, man. They're like, let's fuck all these people up and leave them there.
They're gonna come find us after this episode, y'all. Y'all know that, right? It's like, look, they're tapping into our intellect.
Hopefully they'll renew us for some more seasons, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be canceled.
That or they can just get us some sponsors, man. I mean,
God, sponsored by God.
Yeah, special in alien activity. You know, we with all that energy.
What's any other alien movies like jump into your brain? Like, what's some good aliens?
Yeah,
like
of course,
horror
Aliens.
movies.
Independence Day, of course.
Yeah.
Man, what other alien movies is there out there?
Like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and stuff like that.
That I would even go to a certain extent of saying that horror movies is almost sci-fi alien-esque.
I mean, there's a lot of I forget.
Almost every horror person has like some kind of like different walk of life type of thing that happened to them that they can't die somehow. They can't die, but they'll die for like the premise of a movie temporarily, and then they're back. But the movie Aliens, they made a whole lot of those. I think Shania Latham was in one of those.
It's still going, I think. I
mean,
like Alien versus Predator type shit.
Alien versus Predator. Predator. Oh, man.
Predator's an alien, yeah, for sure.
Man, that was the original one with
Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, man.
Get to the chopper.
They kind of started fucking them up when they did those like Alien versus Predator movies.
Yeah, they tried to do something that they were doing with all the other scary movie like icons,
crossover type stuff. Yeah,
Freddy versus Jason and all that. Like, why everybody be verse? Like, no, let them be who they are and build a story around it. Like, watering it down stuff of like.
I mean, Star Wars is an alien movie. They got tons of aliens in Star Wars, right?
I mean, it's Star Wars. It's supposed to be.
Everyone I guess any sci-fi movie could.
But literally though, everyone in Star Wars is alien. You realize that, right? Like even the humans.
You know who else was an alien?
Luke.
Superman.
Of course, he came, from Kryptonian and all that stuff.
Yeah, people don't think about that. Superman's an alien.
Yeah.
An extraterrestrial.
Who actually supposed to came here and killed us all and took over
He could take over if he wanted to. We could
But no, he got some good old JJ, and
had a good role model in his dad.
yeah, that took him down, literally and figuratively. Took him down. He was like, "Look, I don't know what this is, but I don't want to ruin any of this."
Yeah. All right, aliens tapped out. Y'all got anything you want to recommend alien wise? Let us know. I think we should talk about what else has been going on in the world. The draft, the NFL draft.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that was
Panthers
recent.
right here, baby.
I had a whole argument with one of my friends about the Panthers and how no one knows the quarterback that we drafted.
I mean, to be honest with you, the only names, I'm not a big college football fan. So
Me neither.
like,
I watched Clemson.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
I don't know half the people that get drafted, I go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
And the draft means nothing now. Like, I mean, we've seen the number one prospects that get picked first and flop.
It's so hit or miss, man. It's so
like it's no definite that these kids, because they're still kids, are gonna adjust well to the pros. Like these guys, everyone in the NFL runs damn near 4.5 40.
You're playing the lottery. Who knows if you're gonna strike something?
It don't matter how fast you are on whatever position of the field. Damn near everyone can run you down and tackle you.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you mention that because I feel like more and more recently, people get drafted just for like athletic ability. Like maybe their stats aren't that good, but like, oh, this dude's almost 7 feet, 300 pounds, and got long arms.
Because the NFL and ESPN has made it a statistic league.
Yeah.
They make up stats about stuff that you never heard of, and it's like, oh, there's only 5 other people that's done this.
Well, that's what I thought was funny about the quarterback that everyone said, is like the best in this draft. The number one knock on him was he had small hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that wait, we're gonna like, judge a dude.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about. Like,
but apparently, according to who knows.
Mel Kiper and Todd McShay.
It's very important to have big hands as a quarterback.
I mean, it kind of is to an extent because he had like a high percentage rate of fumbling.
Yeah.
But that was like the only thing. It's like,
I mean, I don't know, bro.
You know what's going to stop him from fumbling? Make him putting 2 hands on the fucking ball. Yeah.
So the
hands
Panthers,
small, put 2 of them on him.
There you go. Double up, man.
Yeah.
It'll help you.
Don't move that hand until it's time to.
Panthers got some dude named Icky.
Who?
Icky, right?
Oh, the offensive tackle guy? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, from North Carolina State.
Yeah, NC State.
Yeah, he's big prospect. I think he's got like all kind of all-state records. I think he's like a wrestling champion as well. Like, what is like 6'5", something. He's going to definitely have to get a little extra weight on him just because those other guys on the other side, like them Aaron Donald guys, like them dudes, they'll still rough you up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean like the NFL is definitely different than college. No matter who you get drafted, there's a little bit of adjustment there. You know what I'm saying? They got to adjust to the speed of the game, as they say, and everything. So. Excuse us. I mean, I don't know if you know, but we are in North Carolina, so we might be losing some of y'all.
No, we're not in North Carolina. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it makes a difference. Our stadium is 5 miles down the road.
So if you don't like the Panthers, I'm sorry. You can kiss my ass. What's up with people in like Charlotte and North Carolina not rooting for the Panthers? Can you tell me that?
Well, it's a long history of folks that, I mean, our team is only like 20, almost 30. They're not 30 yet.
I know little kids and like people younger than me that grew up with the Panthers that are like, the Cowboys.
That's because the new kids are so easy to, jump whichever side like LeBron and on them. They want to be on a team that wins.
Right.
They want to like follow that whole winning type of, I mean, that's cool if you want to always look like you're winning, but there's no loyalty to like the whole ups and downs of being a true
you got to go through the downs.
Man, like you appreciate it more when you know that like you've been in a rut for like 15 years and like finally, we win our first one. It's like, now I can celebrate like I'm on the team, not necessarily, but like Because I felt all of those.
Oh yeah,
woes,
all those seasons that were awful, and then we went to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, and you're like, okay, we're here now.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm talking the biggest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like the longest, as long as I can.
I got a theory on people who live in North Carolina, and well, specifically people who live in Charlotte and aren't Panthers fans. I just don't think they're actually football fans. They're way too casual.
Well, I will give them. I give them benefit of the doubt. Only because you got a lot of people from so many different places that move here.
I don't care. No, if you moved here and you live in Charlotte and you're not a Panthers fan, you're not a football fan. Well, just because if you live in Charlotte, there's so many benefits of being a Panthers fan. You can go to a game.
Yeah.
Look at that. You can go to a game.
Yeah, you can.
You can go get free donuts on a Monday after they win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is a if.
You can go to like Panthers kickball tournaments and charity events, and like there's things. Being a Panthers fan has its benefits. You know, if you're a Green Bay Packers fan living in Charlotte, what do you get to do? No. You're gonna go to a Packers game. You're gonna go hang out at a bar with a bunch of other Packers fans. I mean, you might be able to. You could probably find a bar to do that.
Yeah, they do have those. I was just saying.
But I'm just saying, like, it's
Fuck
just
the
so much of a special like feeling and event when you're a part of the team that you live in. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're just a casual football fan, man. You don't care about like. You might not even watch a game every Sunday. You know,
you don't like the area that you live in. You know, I mean, you're not a community type of person. You don't care. You don't care about your surroundings enough to be like, hey, I'm gonna be part of the family.
Yeah.
Here,
it feels good to be part of. Come on, guys.
I'm gonna be a Steelers fan.
Join the Panthers. Steelers fan, sure. Have fun being a Steelers fan. You probably watch a Steelers game 4 times a year. You know how many Panthers games I see a season?
You go. I mean, they go to Max. If you know what Max is, right? They're Steeler.
What?
They're Steeler people.
Yeah.
The Mac is like a bar.
Oh, right.
Max Grill, Max and some.
Oh, really?
Bar
What? Max Speed Shop or whatever?
I think it's like Max Speed Shop. They're Steeler fans. Think the owners are Steeler fan. Like most of their inside decorum is Steeler towels, Steeler, nation, whatever stuff.
I went into a bar a couple of years ago to watch a Panthers game. I had my jersey on. I was ready to go. I walk in and I noticed no one else has a Panthers jersey on. So I go, can we have a seat near TV with the game on?
Game, something.
And they were like, oh, we only show Browns games in this bar.
What?
And I was like,
only?
I was like, okay, peace out. I was like, yeah, can you turn one TV to the Panthers game?
I'm out, bro.
They were like, no. They said, no, we play the Browns in this bar. And I was like, well, I'll see y'all later then.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I ain't
out of
fucking
here,
watching
man.
no Browns game. I'm fucking trying to watch
They
the
wouldn't
Panthers.
cut on a single TV. I mean, I don't know. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. Should have got on Yelp and wrote a review for their ass.
This
one place here.
Yeah, they probably get a ton of, I don't know. They probably get a lot of people coming in and watching the Browns game.
I mean, but like I said though earlier, there are places that actually have those watch party type of things. You from
I know there's
Iowa,
a Bills bar in town and stuff. And
yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's because, North Carolina, we're hospitable enough to be like, you know what, you can do
hospitable.
that. You can do that, and we're not going to
not going to kick your ass.
We're not going to stone you because it's just like, all right, that's you guys' thing. All right, we're going to go this way. It's all right. Going to turn the other cheek.
So you got any other opinions on the Panthers drafts? They got first pick was Icky's, second pick. We didn't have a second round pick, but our second pick was in the third round, and it was for that old
Mississippi,
Miss quarterback.
the old Miss guy, the quarterback, Corral,
I
think that's his name. I mean, I seen his little rewards. I don't know who he is, and that was my argument with my friend. I was like, most of the time you don't know who these kids are in the draft.
Exactly. Yeah.
None of that even is going to matter. It's like who's actually going to show up, perform, and make a name for themselves. Yeah. The draft means nothing.
This year, it didn't seem like there was really many because
it was more offensive line, defensive people, and most of the time you don't know none of those people. You know quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. That's
Yeah, there was no like your boy got drafted last year. There wasn't a person like that this year.
Mm-mm.
What was his name?
Lawrence?
Sunshine?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Go Clemson.
Yeah, whatever.
My homeboy don't like that because he a Florida State fan.
We'll see how he plays out, though. I don't know how he did last year either.
They didn't do too well. They had, Urban
They had the first
Meyer.
pick again this year. That's what I noticed. I was like,
they got some developing to go. It's a brand new team. You don't really expect those rookies that get drafted first overall to shitty teams to be like, oh, they going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't switch it like that. You know.
I mean, Matt Jones did it, but he had Belichick helping guys. So,
and Joe Burrow did it his second year, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's got time. Yeah. They're getting some draft picks. That's what it's all about.
You been watching any NBA stuff? Playoffs?
I tried to watch some games yesterday. I had to work, but I did catch some highlights. Ja Morant is
a beast.
Is not his year. I know it's not his year. Next year, when his game.
Well, it's only game one, right? I
mean, he's just not there yet as a developed player.
Because they played Golden State, didn't they?
Yeah, he got some developing still to do. He don't got no outside game like that too much, like everybody else in the league does. Yeah. He's definitely a slasher. Like, he can get to the lane and lay it up almost any kind of way, dunk it, all that kind of stuff. But he ain't got no three. And damn near everybody in the league got a three. So when he get confident with like pulling that, and people know that, hey, I might need to guard him because he go hit. They ain't guarding him right now. They're like, look, yeah, go ahead.
Right. You just take a shot. We'll just let him
shoot the J. Shoot it.
Oh, man.
Because they know it's going to go in, maybe like 25, maybe not even that.
Well, I feel like a lot of people just let people shoot the Jays anyway these days, man. No one likes playing defense anymore.
It's because it's a shooting culture, and most of them like to shoot from the three, like drive. Like, go get that easy layup because they ain't going to come out there and guard you. Like, all right, let me go in and get the one on the corner, Yeah. Like, don't go for the three. Get the easier two. Because it's a higher percentage shot, but that ain't what the league is now. Like, it's just different. But most of it seems scripted. I don't. I can't watch the NBA. Like, I don't know why, man. It feels like they always got like some other like marketing, plan on the back end.
The way some things play out, you go like,
it's like, look, all of a sudden someone's gonna get injured and they're gonna be out for like 2 games of the series. Like, they need rest. Like, what?
Certain things happen that seem a little too coincidental. Like, hold on a second.
Look, man, I grew up in the era where it was like, look, if you ain't out there and playing, we gonna lose.
Yeah, and a lot of times I get.
They played. They foot could be falling off. They was still out there. Like, they didn't care.
Yeah, I lose respect for NBA players when I see them like, oh, we're sitting out this game. Why? For no good reason.
Yeah,
because I need rest. Some rest.
Like, supposedly for rest. I don't know what the rest is because any other time, if it's All-Star weekend, they fucking trying to play regardless. But people come to those games, man, and it's like, all right, you want to try to see them, and Anthony Davis, or as Charles Barkley calls him. Oh, I call him street clothes because I'll never see him as the player in the game. So I call him street clothes.
That's a pretty good Barkley impression, man.
I'm not a role model.
I remember when, because I agree, I think it's bullshit when the like superstars sit out for no good reason. The Lakers played the Hornets this year.
Yeah.
At home.
I think a lot of people knew that game was coming and wanted to go to that game.
I think people seek out tickets like that.
Yeah, they put them in like package deals, which, like I said, driving the market up on certain games, and then the people you come to fucking see,
like
don't
LeBron,
show up.
Like LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron came into town. People were buying tickets left and right. I was like, oh, LeBron's coming. Let's go see LeBron play. You only getting like 4 times out the year to see it, like. So I know people that bought tickets, like, we want to go see LeBron. I don't care if it's more expensive. We're going to go watch LeBron play the Hornets.
Yeah. That might be the only game they go to, like, the whole fucking season.
And then you show up. and LeBron ain't even playing.
And he's sitting on the bench.
Game time decision or whatever, like 5 minutes before tip off, LeBron's like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna sit this one out. Meanwhile, all these people paid good money to come see your ass.
Might have paid all their money for some of them people,
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
it's disrespectful.
If you know you don't want to be in the game, take that rest, But
at least give somebody some heads up.
When you can be in the game and you just taking it just cause, but like the following series with whoever is next, you play for that. Like, come on, if you really hurt or tired, like sit out for like a whole week of games, not for like one game that you play in a team.
Yeah,
because it's like either go have like a big market on TV
or schedule it out and make it public. Say like the 11th week of the season, LeBron isn't gonna play because you need that mid-season
like not the
rest
day of type of stuff where it's like, all right, man, it's a full house.
Yeah,
and now like people came
mad,
to see you play, and it's like, man,
people were mad.
People go fucking leave now. Like that's taken away from the arena more than anything, because
it's hurting the reputation of the league in general.
Yeah, but it's hurting the arena because people ain't gonna be buying snacks and all kind of other stuff or whatever. They're leaving, like all those people that's been there working in whatever shift, or, however, whatever. But they're losing money, basically.
You're fucking up LeBron.
Yeah, and other people too, man. A lot of the stars sit out when it's like a game that they know is like especially like a key game with a series of team that they know they're going to meet in the playoffs, and like the stars will sit out because it's like,
it's strategic, right? I mean,
it is, and that's what I was gonna say. Like they do that because they know, this is a team that's going to be it's a close, win or lose, but we're not gonna give them this right now during the season because we're gonna meet them later. And it's like a televised game too, and it's like, man, like you wanted to see this matchup to see like who's actually the better team, and like people are punking the fuck out and they ain't playing because we taking rest.
I guess it's a good look for the athletes or whatever, and like strategy and the coaches, but it's not a good look for fandom.
It ain't a good look for them either, because like that's why they sitting out, because the next game or the next series, they playing all of a sudden. Like, they're not fucking tired or hurt now, or they need a rest day. Like, come on, man. Like, this
couch is pretty comfy over here, man.
I'm telling you, man. I told you I was gonna give you the therapy you needed, man. That's what you needed right there.
I'm trying to think of something I can talk about.
You needed to just lay down and just be still for a minute. Like you're on the go all the time. I know how it is.
Yeah, dad stuff. My parents moved this weekend. Drum. It was hard.
He was doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah,
and stuff, man.
I went up into their attic. I hope to God they never.
The attic.
I hope they don't go into their attic themselves, because it's a high ceiling and it's like a lot of steps and it seems kind of dangerous. My parents are like in their 70s. They don't need to be walking up and down that ladder, man.
Look at you being a concerned dad and a concerned.
I told them, I said, whatever y'all got up there, if you want it down, you call me. I'll come get it down for you.
I told you you're gonna be their new pool boy, man. They go like, Josh.
Their new house does have a pool. I'm gonna be in that pool.
They go, Josh, can you just come over and check out something? I don't know if it's something out there or not. I can't get to it.
No.
Next thing you know, they go like start getting like this little chlorine type of flush and stuff. I'm like, can you just put it out? Just
My parents are retired. They don't have anything else to do but that type of stuff. They probably
are
looking forward to taking care of the pool, man.
Come on, man. You know how it is with moms and dads. Like they need us more than we actually think they do, but they definitely don't want to tell us.
No, I'll tell you what. My parents might tell me to come fix the pool, and then the next sentence would be, "Can you bring Adam with you, my son?"
Of course, man. That's
the only reason they would want me to come over with.
That's going to be the angle. I'm telling you, they're gonna tell you to bring Adam over.
Yeah.
And then after this, it's like, hey, while you're here, could you go look at this thing? I don't know what this is.
Right. I'll watch Adam while you go do all that stuff.
Yeah. Tell you, man. Welcome to dad life. Like, you think your job never ends now. Like, they're going to know because you know how to do stuff. Yeah. You're just going to become the person that does stuff. Like,
I've come to realize I'm a little selfish with my time, man. I value my time a lot, so it's been
it's going to become way more valuable, trust me, because you're not going to have a whole lot of it.
It's been a challenge to kind of give my time away, but I know I need to and I have to and it's what I should do. So, it's just a constant battle with myself to be like, all right, Josh, you don't have time like you used to, but it's okay because it's worth it because your time now is going to other cool, more important things and stuff. So.
What do they say? Like self-love, self-care,
Yeah, well, I mean, it is cool because more and more these days people are like, preaching, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Too,
yeah, man. Like, you got to do those things.
Yeah.
More so for your own mental telepathy of functioning.
Yeah. And I'm an introvert too, man. So like, it takes a lot for me to even just function with other people. I need to recharge my battery.
I think since 2020, everyone has became an introvert a little bit. Like, we didn't have a choice.
Like, if I don't have like at least an hour just to myself during the day, at some point, I don't feel like fully energized, rested, or anything.
An hour, I need at least about a good 4 or 5 sometimes. Like, look, just let me.
Sometimes you don't get
catch up. Yeah, I've been doing everything else all day. Let me just catch up with some
me time
and relaxing and not thinking or doing anything.
Well, there you go. We've got some therapy in there at the end, guys. I decided to relax, open up a little bit.
What does that say? Namaste.
Well, we're gonna sign off though. I think. You got anything else, Drum?
Happy Earth Day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Happy Earth Day.
It's a little bit past it, but we forgot to say it last time.
We forgot to say Happy 420 too.
Yeah, that's what some people call Earth Day.
And then we got May the 4th be with you coming up.
Yeah, May the 4th. Oh.
May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day, represent.
2 days.
Is it?
In 2 days.
Don't date our. It could have passed already by the time you guys watch.
They don't know. They don't know. If they listen this far, I mean, give them credit. They know. Oh man, that actually was okay. May the 4th be with you as well.
Yes,
it'll tie into all of that.
Long live and prosper.
That's Star Trek, man.
That's a different one. Huh?
That's the nerds in Star Trek. If y'all know who the nerds is.
All right, good people. We love you. Bye.
Till next time.
In the next episode. Peace.
Hey.